I eat kiwis with the hairy skin on. My mum said I seemed to like it, so she wasn't going to stop me. Later on, I find out that I'm a freak of nature for doing it, but I still eat it that way because I just like it. The only downside is that since I like the texture of the hair and skin, I have forbidden fruit moments when I'm looking at the abdomen of a tarantula. Yes, officer, this comment right here. It was never a dress. Why is her cooking apron on backwards? Pros of having a brain that makes very fast associations, good comebacks and jokes. Cons of having a brain that makes very fast associations. That story about how you broke your foot reminded me of a fun fact about lizards. Cons: anti-Semitism. Sydney Sweeney's bathwater soap has sold out in seconds after launch. Fix your ducking internet. I lost out on bathwater soap because you guys decided to have an outage. Happy birthday, Mum and Dad. How they got the same birthday? They're twins. A girl at office who is way out of my league is being very touchy with me. I may be overthinking, but she is feeding me snacks, holds my arm, whatever gives me motivation to go to office. Don't put your penis where your pen is. Maintain that gap. Wish I knew this before I got my dick stuck in my compass box in 7th grade. Who would win? Every creature in Australia. Every Florida man. They would breed. What is the most disturbing confession you've seen? The girl whose boyfriend never wipes his ass because he thinks it's gay to touch it. It's kind of hard to believe this because if you never wiped, your ass and crack would get continually sore and irritated to the point it would start bleeding. You gotta develop that ass callus. A scan of my brain, I have cerebral palsy. You missed a spot. Did you know that you can make your own cheese by drinking whole milk and then throwing it back up into a strainer? You can improve the flavors if you let it ferment in a warm place for a few days. First in line versus the gorilla. Last in line versus Bonnie Blue. Easy choice, ID kick Bonnie's ass, no sweat. I'm going the other way, can I duck the gorilla? One used condom has a significantly smaller impact on the environment than a new human. Only if you feed them. Leave a baby in a womb for 9 months at 98.3 degrees and it's fine now. But leave it in a car at 98.3 degrees for 10 minutes and that mother ducker quit on life. Ever baked a cookie twice? You get hit by a rogue transfiguration spell, transforming you into a random piece of furniture. Being a couch ain't a bad. Just get to chill, provide comfort to hard working. Oh God, it's Vance. Help. Gagging noises ensure. Things you can say both during Shreks and during a funeral. Stop crying. When you're about to walk down the aisle, but the fastest boy in grade 6 enters. Typical 6th grade teacher. Mum, the shit is clogged. Again. How can this be? I've eliminated all the high-fiber foods from his diet. Always knew eating ass was good for the digestive system. Great character design. You really nailed it. I stole it. Well, it sounds like you might have crossed the wrong person. Don't crucify the poor guy. Crowd freaks when someone bats molten metal at them and turns out it doesn't feel as cool as it looks. I didn't ask who was in range. I said I cast Fireball. Q, what do they both have in common? A, remove the ring and your house is gone. How do you compare an inanimate object that's only purpose is to cause harm and destruction to a grenade? Bro. Avatska mentioned. If you were on your deathbed, would you do anything before you die to help future survivors that may find your body? Like making a note or marking a map to a cache you might have. Fire up the barbecue and leave a nice meal for them. Who got away with murder that should be in prison right now? That Japanese guy who ate that poor girl in France back in the day. He's now a minor celebrity in Japan that's released books and, believe it or not, is also a food critic of sorts if I recall correctly. Edit, he says Sagawa. This happens when you nuke a country twice. This is just like when Hentai Haven got annihilated. Modern-day burning of the Library of Alexandria. Men will have to be banned from the museum. Madame Tussauds Orlando unveils new Dua Lipa wax figure. You can ban me from the museum, but you can't unduck those wax armpits. Good way to end up with ants in your pants. Better than uncles. Plato. Best philosopher ever. Also left out Jaden Smith. Our ancestors that died from poop-related illnesses watching us lick each other's buttholes for funsies. All things considered, it's YA cleaner. Back then, people walked around with shitty butts, but nowadays you look around porn sites and find stuff like women making cereals with shat-out milk and eating them. Self-driving cars aren't even hard to make low, just program it not to hit stuff. If going to hit stuff, don't. What do you need the people of Reddit to forgive you for that people in real life won't? Having an affair with my brother's wife. Jon failed Westeros. All Jon Snow had to do to save Westeros was to make love to this woman. Jon wanted unwashed wildling pussy covered in layers of fur that seal in the flavor. Not that hoity-toity, regular bathing, perfumed auntie pussy. He wanted wild salmon, not farmed salmon. I got better blowjobs from my sister. I need to test this out to see if it's a fact. With Big Bro's permission, of course. Hey, get your own sister. But I only have brothers. I guess beggars can't be choosers. Happy Mother's Day. Not a mum, but thanks. I can change that. Are you a terrorist? Yes, but I'm not traveling for work. How to install Fortnite on iOS? I can't download it from Ukraine. Bro, you're already in Battle Royale. This girl just knocked on your door. Do you open it? Stick your head between theirs while you duck, and the blonde will whisper words encouragement in one ear while the goth degrades you in the other low. Go ahead, chump. Describe your day with a video game name. Human fall flat. My dad just left the bathroom door open and yelled commands at us from the toilet, while simultaneously pooping, drinking coffee and reading the paper. I don't drink coffee because I still associate the smell with the smell of his morning shit. What the duck? He gets shit done. Give this man an award. You still gotta respect his time management and ability to delegate. He didn't become number 2 in the office from nothing. There's something about Mr. Beast that we don't know. Can't quite put my hands on it. I know, 8.55 inches long, 3.75 inches wide. Uncut. Curves slightly to the left. Tip is F7 BFD3 pink. Shaft is a creamy brown, 4 distinct veins with the longest ranging from the base to the tip on the middle right side. Excretion is macaroon cream and has trimmed but not clean shaven. How did Stephen Hawking die? Software update. Noise cancelling. So, not so funny story. Someone in the apartment unit above us got stabbed. According to the cop who interviewed us, the attacker rang the upstairs doorbell, and when the guy answered, the attacker forced his way in and stabbed the guy. You want to know what scary part is? I didn't hear a thing thanks to my amazing HyperX Cloud 2 headphones. I got them on Amazon for $99.99 free shipping. These things work as advertised. Probably the best noise-cancelling headphones I've ever owned. 10/10 would buy again. You bump into the president on the street. What do? Hold my kid tightly. Anonymous testicle-checking booth debuts in New Zealand. Anubis weighing my worth in the Hall of Matt. Glory hole but lawful good. My friend sent a vid of him removing a piece of loose skin on his toe to our server. Now eat it. I'm foot jerky. What's the worst thing to say right after kissing? Hey, you're almost as good as your sister. Invisible. But you have to be fully naked, and all sounds you make are 10 times louder. This would be amazing. Sneak into a movie, release a thunderclap of a fart, and get out undetected. Peter launches gruesome online shop with goods made of human leathers. Smells like missing hikers and sexually active camp counselors. Jason has entered the chat. Does anyone actually know what you're supposed to do when people are singing happy birthday to you? Yes, sit there awkwardly. I usually masturbate. If I can jerk off to it, then it's not propaganda. Abraham Lincoln. Angriest older sister and little brother interaction. Me and my older sister interaction. What would my rapper name be? Dabbaby Toucher. Me, congratulations for the baby. I'm not pregnant. What do you want to be? Looks like my mother-in-law. Adolf Hitler has won a local council election in Namibia. Guess who's back? Why are you all hating? 'Cause incest is bad? Barely. Found out he hit my mum when she was little, so I donated his ass to the thrift store. Should have creamed on the ashes and made it a slime to play with. You see this watch? This watch costs more than your car. How do you respond without sounding poor and mad? Didn't you kill your cinematographer? Men have read it. Would you take a male birth control pill? Why or why not? Duck, yeah. I don't want to be giving birth anytime soon. Right? No way I'm pushing a baby out of my penis until I'm damn sure I want kids. This ain't Wednesday, this is Thursday. It's Black Friday. How Europeans imagine Americans eat breakfast. How Americans imagine Europeans eat breakfast. How Africans eat breakfast. You gonna cancel me, yeah? Gen Z me, bruh? You gonna cancel me, yeah? Jizz in me, bruh. Why would he admit this? Tell me the story of you losing your virginity. My girlfriend at the time and I had decided to finally have shred. It was both of our first times. We were in her car and I thought I was in her, but it turns out I was between her and the car seat. She never said anything. She just sat there watching me duck her car. Walter Black. Breaking in. Favorite character that makes you go like this? Breasts. My wife. I also choose this guy's wife. When I can't pick between two options and I ask someone to choose for me and they don't pick the one I subconsciously wanted, flipping a coin helps me find out what one I subconsciously want. It doesn't work, stop lying. I hesitated between chicken nuggets and garlic bread, so I flipped a coin. But I happened to be naked because I was just out of the shower. I stumbled and tried to catch the coin, but I fell face first and the coin slipped into my butthole, so now I have a coin inside my ass and I don't know how to pull it out. Any advice? Flip a coin. Heads you pull it out, tails you keep it in. You wasted 9 months successfully. Congratulations. Send this to someone who had a miscarriage. My 41M son, 9M, has been copycatting me for the past hour. How do I defeat this little shit? Start doing chores around the house, LMFAO. That, or start sticking your head underwater repeatedly. Your naturally larger lungs should eventually overcome the child's. This is my mum. Throw her back in, she's traveling the world. Thanks, Cara, Oldham, UK. When my sister died 2 summers ago, her ashes were given to 4 for relatives and 4 for close friends, with her wish that we bring her along on our travels and sprinkle a bit of her along the way. She's been to 7 countries and 8 national parks so far. I want people to do the same with me, but without being cremated. What is a movie that has aged poorly? The 1990s, I think, Muppets movie where someone shows Kermit what the world would be like if Kermit was never born. I think it fast forwards to New York City 2002, and in the movie the Twin Towers were still standing, so canonically Kermit being born somehow caused 9/11s. Without him, they couldn't Kermit terrorism. I voted for Donald Trump because I'm deleted. I dropped 5 pounds dumbbell on my ribs and shat my pants. I was doing my bench press with 10 pounds. 5 pounds in each hand and dropped one because I could not finish my 6th rep and it hit me in my rib and I shat myself and I can't believe I did this. I'm embarrassed to show up to the gym anymore. Everyone saw it and laughed. What do I do? This is why you use your squat plug even when benching, shaking my head, rookie mistake. Point of view, you became a single mother at 21. The Eminem of black fathers. I'll duck a flat earther if she is hot. Then afterwards explain in detail how it isn't. Nah, let her be dumb, else she won't duck me. If you comment, I will guess your darkest secrets. You dropped a dump in your friend carpet and blamed it on the dog. Bro, what? You know he's right, haha. Yeah, low. Unsubscribe for no activity. She's dead. This is ridiculous. This is no job for a man. Look how bent over and hunched he is. Put a child in there. Absolutely ducked up. This is obviously a job for a child. What it look like I do for a living? Bark at the mailman. My dad said my boyfriend sucks at cooking steak. What do you all think? Tell dad to post his steak to this sub and we will vote. Show us your dad's meat. Side by side dad and boyfriend meet now. Border Patrol. Booty Patrol. Both looking for Latinas but for different reasons. So that's where it is. Fellas, what's you all's opinion on girls getting their clit pierced? Never mind, I just jerked off. She means nothing to me now. Hope someone does that to your future daughter. Post-end clarity is baffling. There's plenty of fish in the sea. The fish. Female fish will fake orgasms to trick males into thinking they've success mated, then the female will swim off to find a better partner. I stopped ducking fish for this reason. Draw her getting railed. That's my OC, you know, and what do you mean railed? Let her get run over by a train? No, you misunderstood. I meant showing a male, preferably absurd, performing harsh intercourse on your clown character. Development, please shrink on it. What was the incident in your high school? There was a race riot at my school that resulted in a girl getting paralyzed because someone threw a full canned drink into a crowd from the second floor. Jesus, that's really depressing. It's so depressing. These are called witches' stairs. Allegedly, witches can't climb up them. You will occasionally find them in old New England homes. Yes, I imagine they are quite good at killing old women. I know his tongue be counting the individual eggs in Susan's ovaries. Reed, please stop doing that, I beg you. I'm estimating scale here, but dear God. That could be dozens of asteroids minutes, maybe seconds away. It took everything you had just to hold back one. We can't, we have to, honey. We do what we can. Would you rather kill 5 people or 1 person? Double it AMD, give it to the next person. Tarzan's first wet dream did not involve a human. Stop. When Tarzan killed Kerchak, he became the alpha of the pack. As alpha, Tarzan would be the only male to have rightful access to the females. The only question that remains really is how many gorillas did Tarzan blast his jungle juice into before Jane came along and ruined it all? Percentage of the population who believe in the existence of hell. Funny how only 9% of Danes believe in hell, seeing as we built a bridge to it. I did this as Japan. Fended off attacks from Russia, China, Australia, all of them. They all either declared peace with me or left me the F alone. Day 50 game ends, I got some gold for being number 8. It's like kissing your sister. Yeah, it's kinda interesting, but I wouldn't want to do it twice. What the duck did I just raid? Restaurant date? Waiter. Hey guys, looks at me, oh shit, SpongeBob. Is that you? Date! SpongeBob. Me. Yeah, it was a nickname in college cause. Waiter. Cause he was inside a pineapple. Me. Date. Waiter. Just. Humping motion. Duck the shit out of that thing. How ya been, man? Wouldn't that burn? Like a lot. Like a really ducking lot. Pineapple juice is extremely corrosive, particularly to proteins. Wouldn't want to leave any of that under the foreskin. Suit yourself, I like it when my dick sizzles. Jesus. What hair color do you guys have? Cancer. This woman stole 5 eggs to feed her kids. Instead of arresting her, Tarrant police officer William Stacy brought her a truckload of groceries. Why is her baby on the floor playing with chemicals? Long ago, a wolf explained to his son, eat a man and you'll be fed for a day. Whimper and roll over and play dead, and he'll feed you for a lifetime. And the next day, the wolf woke up to find his balls missing. There was a challenge in Indonesia, if I recall correctly, called the Angel of Death Challenge, where mostly mid-teens would jump in front of moving trucks to see if they would manage to brake before running them over. I'm sorry to say, but it's natural selection at that point. When little Timmy saw a chance to play a risky game, it's sure to beat a TikTok dance. He cried with dreams of fame. He picked the perfect moment. Pumpity chose a time at night, and when the truck approached, he jumped with rash and vain delight. And as he lay before it, flat, he thought with hope and pride, I'll film it all and then I'll splat. And Timmy ducking died. You get to be the opposite Shreks for a day, what is the first thing you would do? If you were a man and switched to a woman, then banged a man and got pregnant, what would happen the next day when you switch back to a man? It feels the best. Initially, juice or warm mouth feels nice. Once you experience BJ specialists, you need that every time. Never got a BJ, have you? At the mouth feels cold, not warm, on your cock. Get it from an alive person. I bought 2 packs of water and they're all piss-colored. They taste fine and have no scent. You looked at this and proceeded to ducking taste it? What could go wrong? Your cleaning fee is $200. Okay, but if you're charging a cleaning fee, then I'm not going to clean. I've done this. The seller complained with pictures. I stated there was no damage and a cleaning fee. I won. LMAO, those people are delusional. Destroy their mailbox and duck their house cat to send a message. I failed too, but I've discovered I've been gifted with the ability of cum bending. Excuse me, what? I can manipulate cum as I like? No ballsack is safe. The adult film industry would like to have a few words with you, sir. I find it interesting that Tyranitar is weak to fighting but is lore-wise one of the most impenetrable Pokémon in existence. Meanwhile, Gardevoir is the most penetrable Pokémon. What's the weirdest thing you've done that you could only tell people anonymously? All throughout middle school, there was someone who tucked unwrapped hostess devil dogs into the toilet paper dispensers in the bathrooms, so that when you pulled some toilet paper out, the devil dog would fall out into your hand. We had to have an assembly about it. That person was me. What's the worst thing to say right after kissing? Hey, you're almost as good as your sister. Is British food really that bad? If made correctly, yes. It is so ducked up that this is part of being a woman. I can only apologize for my thirsty and disgusting brothers. The fact that women still romantically seek out men is proof that shrexuality is not a choice. She went out to prom with me. Her parents said she really likes me. We went out to dinner together multiple times. We snuggle with each other at night. But in the end, I still got rejected. Honestly, I don't even know what hints are anymore. I have decided I don't need a girlfriend since I have a dog. I don't know what to do with the personalized mugs I was going to give her, so into the shelf they go. Hey man, I got a better idea. If her parents' mother really liked you, then go for her mother. If she rejects you for another, you should go for her mother. Being a pet owner is like being a sugar daddy. You waste all of your money on keeping them happy, and the only thing they do is look cute and give you attention sometimes. There is hopefully one major difference. Ah yes, you usually don't have Shreks with the human ones. Imagine if your teeth were flaccid and got hard when you were hungry. Sure, make brushing air more pleasurable. Would you kindly shut the duck up? And I thought me calling something a cummy ache was bad. What's the easiest way you've managed to get laid? I winked at a girl from a table away at the college cafe, and not only did that end in a BJ in my car that night, we're married now, and we both graduated. Turns out we had a lot in common. Graduated summer cum lord. Chloroform. What's the name of their mixtape? Group Muggle Duckers. Album No Sleep Till Hogwarts. Hits Levitate This Bitch, Let Me Slither In. Butterbeer, Bros and Hoes. Fifth of Hermione. Wrist Click and Chili, Snitchin' Stitchin'. Half-Blood Crips. Sellin' in the Alley. This is what a hobbit would mug you with. Wow, Animal Crossing got really intense. What's the weirdest thing you've done that you could only tell people anonymously? I found a dead rat in a field when I was younger and kissed it because I wanted to say goodbye. That's kinda sweet of you, to be honest. Using tongue was a bit unnecessary though. Morning routine, Sigma grind set. 1. Wake up. 2. Take a dump. 3. Get out of bed. Wake up, take a shit, eat, get out of bed, have breakfast. Fun Australian fact, this kangaroo is waiting for pursuers to come into the water with him, where he will try to drown them. They are extremely good at it. Never, ever go into water with a kangaroo. Everything has lots of innovative ways to kill you here. How Australian can you get? This bloke was 6 feet tall. So you hate emojis? Show us your 5 most recent emojis. A nuclear disaster on Easter Island which causes the death of many Japanese bombers. I just got a promotion. The bathroom at my new office has suicide prevention coat hooks. So, what happened to the person whose position you filled? They had to unfortunately cut him loose. YouTuber when they hit 10 million. Mediocre music career. Shrek's offender. Why not both? Since my mum died, I'm not the same anymore. I'm sorry for your mum. Let's go, thanks guys for the likes. What's a fun NSFW history fact? Soldiers in World War I would deliberately have Shreks with STD-ridden prostitutes so they could claim medical leave and be discharged to get out of the war. Discharged by discharge, smart move. I don't even want to touch this comment to upvote it. Being pregnant, you technically have 2 hearts inside of you. This makes you a Time Lord. If you're pregnant with twin boys, you technically have 2 dicks inside of you. This makes you a popular category on certain websites. I wish I looked like ScarJo so I can jerk off to my reflection. A 25 tug-of-war team with world's strongest men couldn't pull me out of Scarlett Johansson. Did you know? If you rest one of your testicles on top of an empty beer bottle and hold a flame at the base, eventually the testicle will be sucked inside. If you did know this, please can you let me know how to reverse it? It's quite urgent. Obviously just use a hammer to smash the bottle. That's bloody nuts. My twin brother and I had made a promise to eat our last meal together before we take our last breath. Why is the ramen so salty? Twin brother came in his brother's last meal. One last gotcha. Domestic battery crushed boyfriend's balls with her hand. I can fix her. She fixed him. Best way to apply thermal paste? Does it even matter? I never thought that Johnny Sins is also a PC guy. I'm so tired from work. Dad, play with me. Oh, I'm so sorry because you'll never catch me. That's why I will throw my child into an ocean full of sharks. They are simply the better parents. She had a horrible smell down there and come to find out it was a condom that had been stuck inside her cooch for weeks and started to rot. After I nutted, I told her she needed to get that looked at. After I nutted. Ducking animal. What the actual duck did I just read? You just won $300 million in the lottery. What's the first thing you do with the money? Get a full rich guy medical checkup. Doc. I paid for all the fingers. Fellas, would you take an inch off of your height and add it to your dick? I'm 6'4", absolutely. Mate, you could go double digits and be 5'9" like the rest of us and just spear bitches left and right. What is the most unrealistic thing about porn? Being 18 for 10 years. Length doesn't matter, the width does. Dick so fat it comes with a girth certificate. Thank God I don't have dementia. 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 It's over, bro. Can I keep your Switch too, though? Grah. Oh my God. Run. I can hold her for 2 minutes. I don't think it's necessary. She's really slow. Don't you worry. Just run. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Now that we are alone, I can finally use my little friend for the first time. I hope you like it. My lady. Who hurt you like this? I can fix you if you give me a chance. Nom nom. As an ex-fetus, I can assure you that if my mama aborted me, I wouldn't know nor give a duck. Abortion is a double-edged sword for me. I really like the idea of murdering kids, but I hate the idea of letting women have a choice. Landing gear versus runway deer. That deer won't have the guts to do that again. Very cursed question. What would happen if you boiled Vaporeon? Would it somehow evolve into a steam version? Yes, it would evolve into a dead Vaporeon. Massive nest with 1,500 murder hornets destroyed in Washington state. The nest consisted of 9 layers of comb. I hit one of these with one of those electrified tennis rackets. Mains power blew out in a 5-mile radius, and it looked me straight in the eye and said, "Harder, daddy." White men have to hide their boners. How the duck do you guys even do that? Fold it in half easy. Aye, boys, I finally smashed my crush. I punched her so hard into the wall that she passed out and died. Later virgins. He's in, boys, prison or corpse. If you turn 22 today, November 30th, congratulations. You will be exactly 69 years, 4 months and 20 days old on 4/20/2069. You only have today to like this. Nice. Damn. I turned 22 yesterday. I'm sorry, but your mother isn't cool. She couldn't just hold you in like a big shit for a few more hours. Neuer can deflect a missile. Not against Japan, though. They can't either. If you enter the store without a face mask, we'll be forced to take your temperature. P.S. We only own rectal thermometers. Don't threaten me with a good time. This little Filipino girl, at age of 11, couldn't afford a pair of running shoes for her school race. So she made them herself using plastic and tape and even drew a Nike logo on it. After her story went viral, Nike's CEO traveled all the way to the Philippines and visited her in person in order to sue her for $200,000, claiming copyrights infringement. Nike CEO dropped this. You guys are cringe, Naya. People that use baka, neko, and nani in normal sentences. Actual weebs. I still use ome wa mau shinderu when I point a gun at my classmates. No one. Desks in detention class. If this is what it takes to get tons of ass, I'ma be a desk too. Avengers, Infinity Balls. Ruin a movie by replacing one word in the title with balls. Honey, I shrunk the balls. He said ruin, not improve. A lap of Rainbow Road is going to finish them all off. Nintendo announced they will provide Mario Kart to Japan retirement home residents. Identical twin brothers Neil and Adam Pearson have neurofibromatosis. The disease affects them differently. Which one's Adam? The one with glasses. They're not even prescription glasses, he just wears them so that you can tell them apart. Tips for your first street fight, some things to expect. This was really effective on my wife. My mum said it is my turn to post this. Seriously, why are people still posting these? One time it's funny, 2 times it's ducking annoying. Japan after USA dropped the second bomb on Nagasaki. How many police officers does it take to change a light bulb? None. They'll just beat the room for being black. I once got arrested for killing a black man. They charged me with impersonating a police officer. 14F super horny right now, anyone want to chat? 14F? Yeah, 14 feet underground. Andromeda be looking spicy though. That's more of a MILF Dommy Mummy galaxy though. But she said she was over 18 light years across. You must have met my mum. I feel like your finger posted this independently as a cry for help. Just go race and see who races faster. KKK leaders started stabbing each other over argument about who's the most racist. Clash of clans. I'm jealous of your heart. Why? It's pumping inside you and I'm not. Guess we'll have to change that then, won't we? Millie proceeded to take her own life, thus stopping her heart from pumping. But it didn't stop Stephen pumping inside her. Hi, does anyone have an urn I could borrow please for the weekend? Desperately need it, and mine's broken on me. A hot water urn, by the way, not an ashes urn. Wish you had said earlier I've just tipped my nan into the back garden. My neighbor in a lot of pain, she has hemorrhoids. This train is so cool. To come in a blender, she wanted a cum smoothie. It doesn't sound bad at all. I would do that for her, but she would need to return the favor, letting me use her juices for a tea or something. I'm a ducking degenerate, aren't I? Yes, you are. Good Lord, there's enough disease on that thing to infect an entire city. Enough semen to impregnate an entire city. Including the men. And the women. Deleted. What's a question you should never ask a woman? What does your period taste like? Yeah, don't ask, just sneak a taste. What the duck? After 2 months training jaw. This dude can probably drink peanut butter through a straw. How did black baby come from white parents? They got a shiny? The difference in Robert De Niro's ears over the years. You should see his balls. But where's the cursed part? When you throw it. This software engineer designed a chatbot chat with his girlfriend while he's busy at work. However, the girl eventually got suspicious over the speed she was receiving messages from her boyfriend. Suddenly the chatbot becomes sentient and steals away your girlfriend. Chatbot. These dice actually saved our date night. That meal's a little cannibalistic. Overflow is just wholesome anime with great plot. You should watch this with your siblings. Apparently Amazon doesn't have any bussy. LMIO mum, what the duck? Your brother's graduation is coming up. Okay? I saw him texting someone that he loves eating bussy, so I was going to ship some to his dorm. Just had a great idea for cemeteries. I'm high as hell and just discovered I can fit way more dino nuggets in my air fryer if I put them vertically. Great idea. If you air fry the bodies long enough, you can fit way more in one casket. New influencer just dropped. Influencer plummets to death while snapping waterfall selfie. Her influencer career had a sharp drop and a sudden stop. You become your username for one day. What do? I'm a 3-year-old. Play with some toys. Watch cartoons, probably. Spooky attic doll. I'll play with you. We'll be friends forever. My 7th grade teacher that put me in silent lunch died today. Who's silent now? An octopus that weighs 32 kilograms can get through a tennis ball-sized hole. Titan's butthole. Did 150 push-ups today. Wow. What's the secret? I just imagined you under me. Why did she fall in love with her abuser? Is she stupid? Because she was mind broken by BFC, Big Fritz Cock. Kid hitting me with OK Boomer. Me hitting him with my car. Look at Richie Rich over here, who can still afford the gas to run people over. Every time you try to get a good spot at a campfire. In Finland we have a saying, Savu sura vuohenosija. The smoke follows the goat ducker. I will not be taking a knee, nor will I ever bend the knee to anyone except the woman I'm asking to marry me. Period. You've never had Shreks and it shows. Think my 2 children would disagree, to be fair. Should really stop shagging your kids. What do you think? Next month, Jerk January with Jam. I'm just thinking about how some people went to a Travis Scott concert and woke up in a Michael Jackson one. If someone walked in on you while you're naked, what would you cover first? The body lying on the floor. Woman has twins from 2 different fathers in extremely rare case. Collaboration. You wake up as a 40-year-old person and you have a wife, husband and 3 kids. What do you say? I'm just going to get some milk. Hold up. I need smokes. I'm coming with. Hol up, I'm coming with too. No reasons, just leaving. Japanese sword experts react to Ghost of Tsushima. Mark Zuckerberg reacts to Detroit, become human. He's out of the jar and he's ducking pissed. It is unwise to mock the Lord, for you will be mocking salvation. The Lord be salivating over D's nuts. A stray shot from someone yesterday almost hit my head while I was playing Apex. At most missed me by 3 inches and hit my left monitor. What the duck is life? Bro almost got third-partied. One time I sold blood-covered panties on the internet to creeps, but what they did know what they were licking was my blood riddled with herpes and AIDS. Dude, what the actual duck? Daughter finally gets a job interview, wish her well. I've heard her boss is a dick. People of Reddit, what would you do if you found out someone offed themselves because of the stress you gave them? Cross them off the list and move on to the next victim. What's the wildest place you've masturbated in? Turn around. Fun fact. Most restaurant TV menus Bluetooth and their passcode is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 8 zeros. I've always wanted to watch Pom while I waited for my Big Mac. I'm loving it. Clay workers could give really good hand jobs. Wait until they put their thumb in the middle to widen the hole. Sounding would be proud. That link can stay blue. Does anyone know what this light means? It's a limited edition glory hole. Me thinking my mum died because she's taking longer than usual at the store. She's just wrestling my teacher behind a 7-Eleven's to boost my grades. How she thinks she looks versus how I think she looks. I also like my girlfriend deep fried. I was in the middle of a FAP when my friend called me from the other side of the planet. I was in France and he was in the US. We started off talking about life stuff, and then he started to complain about his work and almost started crying for how stressful and undervalued he felt at work. But I couldn't stop, so I came whilst my friend was pouring his heart out over the phone. We are best friends since high school, but I never told him this low. Satan himself couldn't get this type of shit out of me. I once jerked off to the Lego Princess Leia minifigure wearing the slave girl outfit. Not my proudest moment. When me and my ex were still dating, I did it to her naked. The worst she can say is no. Me reading the restraining order. It's only a 100 yards, just get a decent pair of binoculars and say you're a bird watcher. Eat off his plate on the first date to establish dominance. Leave her with the bill to establish consequences. Eat her ass on the first date to establish dominance. Shit in his mouth to establish consequences. Recommended. You can kill kids in this game. People who design bus seats. Look, mummy, the seat is the galaxy and this spot is the Milky Way. Mom, it's just come, honey. If you could duck any fictional character, who would it be? My girlfriend. Nobody would believe you. What if your dog one day just randomly said nobody is going to believe you and then never spoke again? Duck the dog in the ass and then say nobody would believe you. If 2 pregnant women get in a fight, it's like 2 fetuses having a mecha battle. Same with parasitical anal worms. I am not colorblind, I am just built different. Are you British? No, I'm not that unlucky. Someone please stop working and talk to me about what in the living duck Simon Cowell has done to his face. He nutted, and she kept sucking. Handjob's pointless as duck. You really think you can beat my meat better than me? That's why you can only accept handjob from a man they have experience in the field. What's a thing that all men do but never admit doing? Touch my balls when I'm alone. Also touch this guy's balls when he's alone. Hello, nurse, I genuinely can't tell. Are you black? It's okay if you are. I'll still watch your videos. Young people all sound the same to me. In my day, you could tell a man's color by his speech. Are you single? You sound like a nice person. I like nurses. They give me the pills that makes it stop. They used to anyway. Do you want children? I rewatched the Bee Movie. I knew the movie itself was a meme, but my God, I can't breathe. That one didn't age quite so well. I haven't seen the movie myself, but from what I understand, a bee ducks someone's wife. I miss you. I will return soon, my lobster. Love! Lobster. Dad shaves his daughter's hair for bullying a girl with cancer. Thank God she didn't make fun of a pregnant girl. The first clinical trial of a male birth control gel is underway. Ha! Get in the bed and get in these guts. Him. Hold on, baby, I gotta put my sunblock on first. Be immortal. Any pet you have lives as long as you do. People with a brain. Then you get hit by a car the next day and poor kitty, doggo got follow you. Man hailed a hero after helping woman give birth while on their Tinder date. Alyssa Hodges' 7-hour labor didn't put off Max Sylvia. She welcomed baby Ollie with the help of her Tinder date. Congrats, she found a host to leech on. That's how Pikachu was born. Help. Sauce, 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 sauce. Wasn't it easier to draw two towers? Hank. Hank. Don't abbreviate COD points. Hank. You don't like free CP? What's a hard pill to swallow that you want to tell your significant other but would never dare to? Your mum is the most annoying woman I have met in my life. Putting this as nicely as possible. My wife's nickname for me is Bambi. She thinks it's because of her big brown eyes, but it's really because I want to shoot her mum. There's a spider in my bathroom I've had around for a while now, and I've taken to putting other bugs in her web or trapping them in there so she can catch them. She was just dining on a little black beetle I left for her last time I visited. I pretend we're dating and tell her about my day while she eats. I have showered in front of her, act shy about it, and sometimes get hard under her gaze. Just sometimes. Get some Raid. Close the windows and spray it around for like 10 to 20 seconds in the entire room. Close the room and leave. It should kill everything in the room within the next 20-ish minutes. Trust me, I'm a German. When you work at a police station and a woman keeps calling to order a 6'5" with a drinking problem pizza, say help if you want extra cheese. I wasn't ready for that. My girlfriend is a half Korean, her mum is Korean and her dad is Korean, and her legs got ripped off in a car accident. Had me on the first half. The car got her second half. Agony of Manchester mum, 29, who smells like rotten fish and eggs. Honestly, most women in Manchester smell like rotten fish and eggs, depending on which hole you sniff. Why are you sniffing their holes? In sensual moments, I like to experience women with all my senses. See the holes, sniff the holes, touch the holes, taste the holes. Consensually, of course. Hell, given the opportunity, I'll put my ear to a woman's fanny like you would listen to a conch shell to hear the ocean. Arkansas couple arrested after feeding young girl just one Pop-Tart per week. Hairline of doom and despair. When the tooth fairy visits you, but you just grab her and tie her up so you can use those little holes until she turns into fairy dust. It's too tight though, use baby oil so that it can slide in smoothly. This is crazy. The hand. Good morning everyone. What color can you reach? Her head game was weak. FLA teacher jailed after having Shreks with student who reported her due to her performance. I wasn't going to say anything at first, but like, if you're risking it all for this moment and your top game is nothing but teeth, you don't deserve to be teaching. Hope he wasn't homeschooled. 22-year-old UK student sold her virginity to a Hollywood actor for £1.8 million. I don't regret it. Many girls lose their virginity without getting anything in return. At least I secured my future. Laura said, I'll bend over for a Hollywood actor for that money. I'm a straight guy, but money is money. One time when I was 12, me and my friends were bored and none of us had girlfriends, so we started kissing and jacking each other off, and then we never talked about it after. Okay. Two-income household is literally the best, so whatever you do in this life, make sure your partner has 2 jobs. Or 2 partners. Stats don't lie. Jesus. Cured 2 blind people. Mr. Beast. Cured 1,000 blind people. Jesus! Fed 5,000 people. Mr. Beast. Fed 10,000 people in his Thanksgiving 2021 video alone and thousands more in other projects. Jesus. 12 followers. Mr. Beast. 130 million followers. Mr. Beast clears Jesus by every stat. So when do we get to the part where he gets sacrificed to wipe out all of mankind's debt? This is what Christopher Columbus saw when he pulled up to America. Before smallpox moment. Chat, what do I do? Come on the spider. We were so poor growing up, my dad had to keep my sister pregnant so we could have fresh milk. Bonus, you get to enjoy a juicy steak every year. Shape-shifting. You get an intense orgasm after you shapeshift. You gave him another superpower. I'm so scared a tear ran down my leg. What color? White. Haunting final photo shows teen model posing on railway tracks moments before being hit by train. It may not have been the first train she's had run on her, but it was definitely the last. Your wife is a towel mate. Burglar breaking into my house at 3 a.m. They don't know I just lost 10 ranked matches in a row. They're getting promoted to missing person after I introduced them to the electric auto milker. Guys be like, I can fix her. That's Kim Yo-jong, sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. She's considered even more ruthless and devious than her brother and is poised to take over the country if anything ever happens to him. But she's hot, so men will accept her flaws and try to get with her anyway. I have jerked off to R34 of her 2 times already. Who is the oldest celebrity that you'd be willing to have Shreks with? Nice try, Leo DiCaprio. Is 3 fingers too much? Not at all. Most people have 10. My mum hooks up with my friends. Hey man, I'm sorry to hear. If you need a friend to talk to, I got you. A good reason to wear glasses. Next door neighbor. Professor. Regular girl. Sophisticated woman. Some punk. Fashion designer. Murder suspect. Struggling artist. So a murder suspect can put on his glasses and get away with it. Works for Superman. I touched a girl's boobs today. They were my own. Edit, who reported me to Reddit Care Resources, LMAO. I touched a huge dick today. It was my uncle's. You all pee in the shower? How else am I gonna wash my feet? With your tongue like a normal person. If you could pick, how do you want to die? Peacefully in my sleep like my grandfather. Not yelling and screaming like the passengers in his car. Guinea pig to become father to 400 after breaking into female enclosure. Still not breaking my record. How much guinea pigs did you duck? Why are they flat? I could say the same thing about your tits. A real loser is somebody that is so afraid of not winning they don't even try. Still no motivation. What is your most feminine quality? Born a female. Happened to a friend of mine. I'm sorry. If a girl with Tourette's syndrome is giving me head, is there a chance she will accidentally bite my dick off? She's a woman with Tourette's, not a snapping turtle. Next post, Reddit. If I am getting head from a snapping turtle, is there a chance it will accidentally bite my dick off? Lawyers who put together wills, what is the craziest, oddest thing someone wanted to put in theirs? When my grandfather passed, his will ask that I clean out his shed, and I alone. I found marijuana seeds, old reel-style film pornography, which was hilarious, and a bunch of other unsavory paraphernalia. 50s flick knives too, so like clearing his browsing history for him, but cooler. Guys who sag their pants below their butt. Why? Easy access for the homies. Make the fish pay rent. Sell pics of fish nudes. OnlyFins. Atheist logic. This was made by orogenesis and erosion. Yeah, every good Christian knows that mountains are made when God takes a dump. Wait, how does he make volcanoes? Taco Bell. What is your favorite quote from an adult film? Just because it's weird in our country doesn't mean it's weird in most other places. Now bend over, Mum. Which one would you say first? Lover, sister, best friend, $1 million US. I'm glad my sister is my lover and best friend. My lesbian neighbors Eva and Julia asked me to help them conceive a child recently. They said they wouldn't mind if we did it the old-fashioned way as they weren't man-haters. For 6 months now we've been trying, but I just don't have the heart to tell them I had a vasectomy last year. My friend got a secret vasectomy. Apparently it just changes the baby's color. Never-ending cycle. I'm hungry. I eat food. I feel the urge to take a shit. I visit the toilet. Okay, now do it counterclockwise. Exactly, you're gay. You're gay. You're bi. You're bi. It doesn't matter to me, they all taste the same. Especially in a meat grinder. Yum. Add some barbecue sauce with that. LGBBQ sauce. Yeah, but what do you do if you need to get out of the bunker and your mother-in-law is sitting her fat ass on the couch door? Tilt that shit up and she will roll right off. Problem solved. There are not hydraulics strong enough to move my wife's mum. My brother in Christ, I hope your wife doesn't know your Reddit handle. Her knowledge of my Reddit handle isn't going to make her mum any less fat. When you go to a high schooler with 30,000 kids, fastest way to get a nuke. Norway is opening a whale watching museum in the shape of a whale fin. A place to observe whales? In my country it's called McDonald's. Shit, you forgot to give it a brain. Don't worry, it can still live a fulfilling life as a politician. Komodo dragon destroyed BBC camera after trying to mate with it. Usually it's the BBC that destroys you. Sir David Attenborough voice. And here we have the male attempting to mate with our camera. As a wildlife presenter, it's my job to continue filming, but that's just an excuse so I can wank to this marvelous beast later. The water you are drinking could have passed through George Washington's dick. If this isn't a reason to stay hydrated, I don't know what is. When the cashier says the total is $70, but you only have. I don't think you're allowed to exchange them for cash anymore. If you could poop anything other than poop, what would you poop? Water. Clean butt, clean toilet. Yeah, but our ass ain't watertight all the time. One day you'll be living life and you'll be leaking. It'll just be pure water though, so who cares? Everyone's seeing liquid drip from your pants. I'd fill up a water bottle. Men, what's stopping you from looking like this? A live round in a prop gun, that's what. Things you can say both during Shreks and during a funeral? Why is the dead body moving? He looks if you take off his glasses, his nose comes off with it. Who got STDs? I need you to duck someone for me. Calling an STD hit is absolutely insane. Biological warfare. Lying with statistics. We interviewed 1,000 people that have played Russian roulette before. 100% of them survived the game. Conclusion, Russian roulette is completely safe to play. And this is my home planet, the Earth. No worries, we are a peaceful species. Just wait till we send a 16,000 ultra-high FPS toilet bowl point of view shot of Jeremy Clarkson taking a shit into the stars. It will be a lot harder for kids to win against their parents in video games in the future. My parenthood goal is to stay just good enough at the latest game so that I can beat my kids at their latest game and then go victory duck their mother. Tall girls are hot as duck. Yes, because they are closer to the sun. Precisely. What is your honest body count? 12. But I will have more after I make room for more in my basement. What is this? Wrong answers only. Antidepressant. Name something that's illegal but isn't unethical. Buying, selling human organs. Human trafficking. Prostitution. Drug trafficking. Gambling. Insider trading. Extortion. Child labor. Union busting. Seeing a lewd artist outside of a lewd website is like seeing your drug dealer at the grocery store. G13. Is this legal? That's under more stress than a child whose dad wants to live his frustrated dreams to through them. Cursed comment on a video showing people panicking after a man ended his own life by jumping off a building in a French mall. Let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor. Do you people get it now why it takes semi-trucks to brake longer? Has your muscle gain help you with women? Nah, I was already strong enough to defeat all women before I started lifting. The 3 ways of peeing: shower, soaker, jet. You can change settings by twisting your balls. Who remembers that 4chan post where the dude had been coming onto a towel for 5 years without ever cleaning it to the point a colony of mushrooms grew on it? And he kept them and named them because this is the closet thing to children I'll ever have. Edit. I removed my sentence about Nazis. Tell him the truth. Make up a story. When my 5-year-old son asked me where babies come from, show him. What is the worst question to ask on a first date? Would your mum be down for a threesome? Would our mum be down for a threesome? What is considered punishment as a child but a reward as an adult? Death! How do I convince my mum that I'm not gay? Have Shreks with her. Bro is actually insane. Bro accidentally awakens Splurg, the Tarred one, Lord of Ash, Master of Smog. You can just adjust the steering wheel so it blocks your view of the check engine light. Follow me for more life hacks? Okay, so wheel to cover the light, music to cover the sound. How do I get rid of the car shaking and misfiring? You can try drunk driving, I think that'll work. Tobey Maguire with long hair circa 2000s. Bro looked like he can use a shotgun as microphone. Kanye concert is in town. I'd use discharge as creamer in my coffee. Like holy duck. Teach this to your kids. In all my years of kidnapping, I've never restrained anyone like this. Can someone please help me and my little brothers with food, please? We haven't had anything proper to eat for days now, even today. I don't know what we're going to eat. Anyone, please, I'll appreciate any kind of help I can get. Eat one of your brothers. Me after helping the drunk girl that was getting pushed into an alley by 3 guys. Nah, you good. No, I'm talking from experience on the receiving end. It's a big plot point in the Dawnguard plotline that Serana is not a virgin. She was lying. Mullah Iqbal would never do anything like this. Yeah, I want to hear the King of Rape's side of the story first. M5 right H-man is you. I offer you my virginity. Man suspected of over 30 homicides is seen doing a dance after killing another one in Brazil. Can't believe the amount of oxygen that is wasted on people like this. You know, considering he's taken out at least 30 other people, he's saving oxygen. KFC square. Crime is relative. The potato peeler can also be used to skin a carrot. And a parrot. Best way to make a child stop crying? Shotguns. For the first time since I met my wife, I've fallen in love with another woman. She's gorgeous, and we have insane chemistry. The only thing stopping me is that she's never seen Star Trek, and I can't bear the thought of going through every episode of Voyager again. May divorce be with you. The stunt doubles for GOTG2. Guardians of the Gala XXY. A porn parody. What's a Shreksual taboo you've always been curious about but never dared to explore? Sort by controversial for the real answers. Wow, that's a lot of incest. Makes me feel a little better. If you ever feel dumb, just know that when my friend was 14, she went to a psychiatrist because she had a voice in her head. It was her brain. Like literally just her thoughts. She thought that she was the only person who had the ability to think for 14 years. Oh, thank God, I must be extra normal because I have 3 of those. Trans-Filipino prostitutes and Thai ladyboys clash in huge turf war. Transformers versus Decepticons. Do you know the best part about eating vegetables? The moaning. They never complain. Punk band releases vinyl that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. Sniffs it. This smells like shit. That's the B-side, flip it over. Imagine buying an expensive stroller for an ugly baby. With this reasoning, your mum must have pushed you around in a wheelbarrow. In Japan, family names are generally based on things they saw around them. Ace of the mountain. Field in front of a mountain. Top of the well. Endless forest. Radiation. Water. Japanese water. Nuclear disaster. Japanese nuclear disaster. Age of consent. Japanese age of consent. Why do you do that to your hair? To make it look longer and straighter. How did you burn your dick? Pyro's flamethrower does have a hole after all. Why are there so many deleted comments, Lo? Oh, my innocent child, it's better if you do not know it, Lo. Ruin a movie by replacing one word in the title with foreskin. Return of the foreskin. God forbid Italians have hobbies. This is your reminder that Tony Soprano is misogynistic, racist, Shrexist, homophobic, and xenophobic, and also kills people. What's your weakness? Her tears. What's your strength? Her smile. Is she your girlfriend? No, she's my mum. These porn intros are getting weird. I lost not even a minute in. 3 times now. Numerous nut November. When I was 6, my mother's then boyfriend threw our puppy off a 2nd-story veranda to punish us for putting out elbows on the table. LMAO. Oh shit, for real low. When I'm having Shreks with a gender-fluid person and halfway through they change their gender to make me gay. Suddenly Vag disappears and 80% of your peen just gets cut and stuck inside the body of the other. I already know there is some fanfiction Harry Potter shit with this exact premise. I don't want to know. I was already traumatized enough just by picturing what I wrote in my own comment. How much did this cost OP? 70 to 85 million. You are suddenly teleported 10 feet to the left. How does that change your present situation? I would still be on top of your mum. Great, now I violated my restraining order again. A bite from the Brazilian wandering spider can cause an erection that lasts for several hours. Glad this was cut from No Way Home. Why he kinda? Showed my friend this. I want to sit on his nose. I'm really scared for her. No, I said slay the dragon, not lay the dragon. Papa, that dragon looks like it wants round 2. I'd be okay with that. She's pretty. And fertile. Good combination. What the duck? At least he's finally ducking bathing. Hold on! Power doesn't take bath! She canonically doesn't wipe either. I want to sniff her so bad. Bitches always think they freaky till they meet a nah like me who gone tie them down and pour a tablespoon of some McDonald's Sprite on the clit and watch that mother ducker fizz up like some queefing pop rocks. Let me start off by saying I was fighting demons last night. I apologize. I want a game or a movie or a show where the bad guys win. No, not one that centers around the villain. Those are plenty. I mean one that centers around the hero who fails. Like a superhero movie where the villain kicks the ass of the hero and we get to see his reign. I'm not against a sequel where they come back to kick his ass finally, but frankly it's never is the hero going to win. It's more just how is the hero going to win? A villain victory would be so unexpected. Have you ever considered watching the news? Made me laugh, then cry. Strip club DJs, what do you have to tell us? Not a DJ, but here's my best DJ strip club story. When we were 17, we used to go to the one strip club in SF that didn't card at the door. One night we were sitting there when a group of cops walked in. We immediately thought it was a raid and we were going to get arrested. Nope, they were followed by 2 EMTs who went straight to the back room. 5 minutes later, they came out with a man on a stretcher who definitely looked dead. Head lolled to the side, oxygen mask on, clearly just had a heart attack or something. Everyone in the club is completely silent, music is off, no dancers on stage as we watch this man get wheeled out who just died in the worst way possible. We're sitting there looking at our feet when the DJ comes onto the mic, says that's right, the lap dances are that good and drops the music. A few more hits and Mum will be color corrected to match the baby. Mum, who hunts and kills animals with baby on her back, says she won't stop. And one sleep-deprived day she will reach behind her to grab another arrow from the quiver, but instead she will grab the baby. Being so tired, she doesn't even notice until the kid is flying through the air at her next target. A woman recently told me I changed the way she views Shreks and pleasure for the better, so I got that going for me, which is nice. Did you turn her lesbian? Ouch. The dick thief Pikachu. When you realize Beast Boy turned into a male cow and male cows don't produce milk. If you had the chance to time travel, where will you go? I would go to Paris 1940s. What happens if you leave a floating tree? Foxes. Hello and welcome to the Hydraulic Press channel. Muslim farmer wants more ethnicity in rural Wales. I don't think it's ethical to farm Muslims. Hey guys. Your local 20-year-old with the IQ of a McChicken got a zombie movie biohazard tat without knowing it also means I have HIV. What can I even do with this? Never heard that, but you could just contract HIV and already have the tattoo covered, not medical advice. No, this is very good, I will do this. What's a kinky activity you've regretted implementing into your Shrek's life? 3 kids later, I'm really rethinking this cream pie thing. 2 Thai girls asked me if I wanted to sleep with them. They said it would be like winning the lottery. To my horror, they were right. We had 6 matching balls. What the duck, haha. I want you to have my baby. As he served me the soup, it dawned on me just what he had meant by that. Did he come in the soup? I lost Nenen because your mum was horny. I too lost NNN because this guy's mum was horny. Same. I as well lost Nenen because my mum was horny. One of my classmates called me a vamphobic slur today, so I bit her hand. Turns out her parents are lawyers and they might sue because she contracted tetanus. Sure she did. I'm no effing sick of mortals. Bruh, I want to know what a vamphobic slur is. Bloodsucker, sunburned bat vigor, I have a V-word pass, and blood-borne disease vector.